Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, as we're ready here for some baseball tonight here on this Saturday evening. It is a doubleheader between the Post 22 Hardhats and the Cheyenne Post 6 Sixers. These teams have met earlier in the year, Post 22 sweeping them, so the Hardhats entering this matchup 11 wins, 1 loss, and 1 tie. That is what the Hardhats look on. Starting pitcher for the Post 22 Hardhats tonight will be number 13, Ryan Negebauer, as he is the starting pitcher. So both managers meet in the middle right now, talking to the home plate umpire, exchanging lineups, talking about how this game will work. A great Saturday evening. The sun is out, not too windy as it has been previously in this week, the past 2 days. Windy, and that's not good baseball weather. The Hardhats, they did go to Gillette on Wednesday as they played a 9 inning game against the Gillette Riders and took a 12-4 win over them. And they also played in a lot of heavy rain, heavy wind in that game. As getting back, we have two new players coming back in the lineup from injury. We have Lars Kiefer, the center fielder. He's hitting second in the lineup for the Hardhats. And it's going to be number 25, Dexter Steen, as he'll be the designated hitter for the Hardhats, as Steen, who was injured in 190 game against the Pulse 320 Stars earlier a few weeks back. He went to go dive, made a catch, and he hurt his shoulder. But he is back at the DH. So both of the managers, they have shook hands as they both go back towards their dugout. So the Hardhats, they will play defense first of the pitch, and the Sixers will hit first. And we will wait here for lineups to be called over the PA. So both teams coming out. And we'll wait here until the PA announces the lineups. So just a quick introductory. So the lineups for the Pulse 22 Hardhats and the defense has been announced. So behind the mound today will be number 20, Brody Thompson. He's got the last few games here over Josh Elder at catcher, and then first base, if you did not hear, is Jace Morgan, second base, Wyatt Reeder, third baseman, Aiden Roberts, shortstop, Blaine Hunt, left field, Kane McLeod, center fielder, Lars Kiefer, and the right fielder, Carter Johnson. So they are ready to go. Ryan Negebauer, the starting pitcher on the mound, 15 innings pitched this season. He has a 2 wins to 0 loss record. He has walked 14 batters and he has struck out 26 with a 2.33 earned runs average and a 1.6 of the whip. So leadoff hitter for the Post 6 or Cheyenne Post 6 Sixers will be the designated hitter number 4, Brandon Pearson. So Negebauer with the first pitch of the doubleheader here on this Saturday night is underway. And the first one will go inside here for ball 1 of the count. So we start on a 1-0 count. Negebauer, this one down in the dirt. Thompson gets in front of that one, but this will go for ball 2. So for the first 2 pitches, Negebauer down in the dirt And one inside. The designated hitter in Pearson, the leadoff hitter for the Sixers. And this one out, that was going to be in for a strike. That one just popped right back out of the glove of Brody Thompson, senior at Rapid City Stevens High School. So Negebauer will get the ball back after that one escaped from the catcher's glove of Thompson. So 2 balls, 1 strike here for the first at-bat of the game, and we have a quick time here from the ump as Thompson must have had something wrong with his equipment or his pitch call. And we're ready to go. So to the 2-1 count, Negebauer on the mound. Here comes the pitch. This one will go outside. That will go for ball 3. So to 3 balls, 1 strike. Negebauer, the right-handed pitcher. And he gets ready. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. And swung on by Pearson, the DH. This one's going to get into the outfield. Left fielder, Kane McLeod is under us. That's going to be a single for Brandon Pearson. And that's going to put a runner on base for them. So first at-bat of the game, the leadoff hitter in Pearson with a single. And this will pull up second baseman number 3, Colin Chrysalis. So with Pearson following that hit that dropped it to left field, to outfielder Kane McLeod, who caught it, just wasn't going to get back in time to throw to first. So Morgan up in the ready position at first base. Here's the next at-bat. That one in for strike 1. So he starts off his next batter with a strike for Negebauer on Chrysalis. Negebauer, the righty on the mound again, takes a look over at first base where Pearson tries to take that leap off of first. To the 0-1 count. Negebauer, the pitch comes. This one's going to get hit to second. Hunt touches the bag and a double play. What a play by Blaine Hunt. The ground is short and he just touched the bag at second and the easy throw. So that's a double play. And that takes all runners off the bases. And shortstop Blaine Hunt, who's made a lot of double plays this season, just adds for another one. So with 2 down, this pulls up the first baseman, number 7, Landon McAnley. And this one in for strike 1. So back-to-back at-bats for Ryan Negebauer. He'll start off to the 0-1 count. And it's a packed house here tonight for Pie Night, sponsored by Colonial House. To the 0-1 count, Negebauer swings and misses for strike 2. So with no balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs for the Sixers first baseman and McAnley, as Negebauer, 26 strikeouts this season, leads all Hardhats pitchers. Here comes the next one. That one outside, ball 1. So for the first ball of the count, to the 1-2, 2 down, with 1 hit following the single of Brandon Pearson. Negebauer the pitch. This one up high, just escapes out of the zone for ball 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Negebauer gets the ball back. He just takes a second here, gets back on the bump. The 2-2 count. Negebauer gives the nod to Thompson behind the plate. And Negebauer waits. Extends the leg on the mound. Here comes the pitch. This one's going to get hit to first baseman. Morgan catches it with the right hand, running to first, and that's a ground out for out number 3. That will do it for the top of the first inning. It was a single for their leadoff hitter, and Brandon Pearson, who got that single, and then it was Colin Chrysalis, their second baseman, who grounded to shortstop Blaine Hunt and made a double play, and then that one the ground at first from Landon McAnley. So due up for the Hardhats will be third baseman Aiden Roberts, followed by center fielder Lars Kiefer and second baseman Wyatt Reeder. We'll take a short break, and we'll be right back. And we're back here for the bottom of the first inning And so the leadoff hitter being Aiden Roberts. But the starting pitcher for the post 6 Sixers will be number 17, Zach Hall. And we'll go here through the defense playing or behind the mount or home plate for the Sixers will be number 12, Braden Cameron. Their first baseman, Landon McAnally. Second baseman, Colin Crescelius. Third baseman is Asher Noland. Their shortstop, Quentin Keene. The outfield, left fielder, number 10, Broden Robbins. Center fielder, number 6, Nolan Horton. And their right fielder, number 5, Anthony Pacheco. So this will pull Aiden Roberts up to the bat, as he is usually the leadoff guy here for the Hardhats, entering this game at a .417 batting average. And Roberts, who's kind of fluctuated between third base and shortstop this season, but his primary position being at third base. So the baby blue uniforms have been busted out for the Hardhats. And here comes the first pitch for the Hardhats. Hall. This one will go in for strike one. As watching that one was Aiden Roberts. And usually he lets those first one kind of come in for him, and then he strikes on the others given by the pitcher. So the righty on the mound in Zach Hall to the 0-1 count. Here comes the pitch. Swung by Roberts. This one's going to drop, and that's going to be a single for Aiden Roberts. And back-to-back leadoff hitters for each team will get on base. And he strikes on the second pitch given. So Roberts on first base. This will pull Lars Kiefer, as he did not play in the matchup against Gillette on Wednesday evening in Wyoming. So Kiefer back up on the mound, or excuse me, up to bat. And Kiefer hitting .278 for the batting average. So that is going to be Roberts' 9th single of the season, as he parks on first base. So Kiefer here with Hall on the mound, just the second at-bat for the Hardhats. Here comes a pitch. Kiefer's going to swing this one. And this one's going to pop up high for foul ball. So 0-1. So no balls, one strike. The first one just fouled off from Kiefer, junior at Rapid City Christian High School. So 0-1 count. The throw over to first. Just getting in time was Roberts on that pickoff attempt. So still the 0-1 count. Only one pitch has been thrown to Kiefer. He gets set back in the box. Hall on the mound, the righty for the Sixers. Here comes a pitch. That one up high, ball one. So evens it out to 1-1. No outs with Roberts on first base, with Lars Kiefer also slugging at a .417. So the batting average was .278 here, and now Roberts will take off from first, and he's going to take it, and he has time to spare, and that's a stolen base for Aiden Roberts. And that's Roberts' 10th stolen base in the season, as he's now tied with Blaine Hunt for the team high at 10. So that was a ball, so we go to the 2-1 count. So the runner on second from Roberts on that stolen base, as given a call, was catcher Braden Cameron. So Hall quickly, and he'll return back. So Kiefer, as that one was up high, he had a duck out of the way, making sure he didn't want to get hit. So with Roberts after that stolen base, he takes his lead off of second. Well, we'll take the look back. Roberts jumpy at second. Here comes the next one, as Kiefer is going to hit this one. Foul ball back to the spectator's view. Hits the green shed behind us. And this will go to a 2-2 count. So 2 foul balls on this count for Kiefer, with 2 balls and 2 strikes, with no outs. Wyatt Reeder on deck, their second baseman for the Hardhats tonight, in a 2-game doubleheader between the Cheyenne post 6 Sixers. Here comes the pitch from Hall, and that one will go for ball 3. I wonder if that one, I thought that clipped off the arm of Kiefer. It looked like the left sleeve of his just moved slightly. So full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. And Hall gets ready. Kiefer slowly swinging that bat, getting ready. So Roberts again, jiggity at second. Here comes the 3-2 count. Kiefer's going to hit this one. This one's going to foul off of the third base line in front of manager Kelvin Torvey. So they'll redo it. Still on a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes for Kiefer, with Roberts on second. as Hall gets ready, takes a look back. Here comes the pitch. Kiefer's going to swing on this one into right center, and this one's going to drop. A base hit, so Roberts will go from second to third, and Kiefer, a welcome back hit. That's a single. And now that's going to put runners on first and third for the Hardhats, still with no outs. And now Mr. Swing King himself up to the plate as he leads the Hardhats in batting average this season at a .452 average. And this is a situation where Reeder strikes best at no outs, runners on the corners. And Reeder does his signature low bat swing, waiting for the pitch. Reeder playing at second base today. So 2 singles for the first 2 hitters for the Hardhats. This one will go up high for ball 1. And Roberts and Kiefer both getting singles for their first at-bats of the game. And Zach Hall on the mound for the Sixers as he gets ready. To the 1-0 count for Reeder as Kiefer, no one was covering second, so stolen bases for Roberts and Kiefer. And make that Kiefer's 7th stolen base of the season. And that Roberts will come in to score. I didn't even see that. So 1-0. Roberts, who stole, home. So it's a 1-0 lead for the Hardhats. I didn't even see that. I was looking at Kiefer, who stole from first to second. So the Hardhats come out with a 1-0 early lead. So that puts the runner off of the corners. It just puts a runner on second and Kiefer to the 1-0 count. Here comes the pitch. Reeder hits this one up, and look at the curve on that one. That one into the grass field as 3 kids running towards that one. They want to return that ball to the concession stands. So this count will even up to 1 ball, 1 strike for Reeder on the mound. And Kiefer, who had that stolen base on from first to second, as that caught the attention of Hall on the mound, which brought Roberts from third to home. So the 1-1 count. Here comes the pitch. Reeder hits this one high up into center field. And this will be caught by center fielder Nolan Horton. So that'll be the first out here for the bottom of the first inning in a 1-0 lead still for the Hardhats. So the pop to center from Reeder, as this will pull Kane McLeod up to bat. McLeod entering this game at a .359 batting average. So the righty steps into the box to the right-handed pitcher. Kiefer gets his lead off of second. With 1 down following the pop from Reeder. See the first out here in the bottom of the first. Here comes the pitch. This one will go outside for ball 1. So Roberts, that puts him now the team high in stolen bases with 11 as he surpasses Hunt at 11. So the 1-0 count. Kiefer looking to take that. McLeod, this one's going to pop high up. Catcher Kamarad as this one stumbles on the mound. So that's going to be for out number 2. And the pop foul. So 2 down. And this will pull first baseman Jace Morgan, senior at Rapid City Central High School. And Morgan hitting .238 batting average entering this game. So with 2 outs, with a runner on second and Kiefer here in this first inning, 1-0 lead for the Hardhats. Here comes the pitch. This one will go down low by the knees of Morgan. So Hall, the righty, who has started a lot of at-bats in the 1-0 count to start off. So Morgan, who waits the second pitch of the at-bat with the right foot on the tippy toes, as that's his batting stance. So Hall takes a look back at second where Kiefer, they're both in a staring match. Here comes the next pitch. That one in for strike 1. So Morgan let that one fly right by. So this will go to a 1 ball, 1 strike count with 2 outs. Kiefer gets his lead off of second, per usual. Hall on the mound as he will look over at second. Kiefer, who was thinking about it, and he's going to have to return back. So Hall, who steps off the mound, as Quentin Keene, the shortstop, as he was looking back off of the base, then just returned back on to see if Hall wanted to throw, try to get that pickoff attempt. So to the 1-1 count. Here comes the pitch. Swung on, fouled off by Morgan. This will go for strike 2 for another foul ball into the crowd as returning balls to the concession stands. So 1-2 the count with 2 out. So the bottom of the first inning, a 1-0 lead for the Hardhats here. Morgan awaits. Hall takes a look back at second. Kiefer again chopping back and forth. Here comes the pitch. That one up high. Ball 2. 2-2 even itself back out. As they both get ready. So Kiefer taking his big wide steps off of second. Morgan waits on the 2-2 pitch. Here it comes from Hall and swung on by Morgan. This one's going to get hit. Sakeen, the shortstop. The throw to first is in time. So a ground to shortstop from Jace Morgan that will do it here for the first inning. But don't forget Aiden Roberts, who drove in the stolen base run to make it 1-0 here for the Hardhats. We'll take a short break and we'll be right back for the second inning. And we're back here ready to start the second inning. So Ryan Eggebauer, the starting pitcher for the Pulse 22 Hardhats, as he gets his final throws into catcher Brody Thompson. The infield doing their job, practicing some ground balls here before we get ready. So the leadoff hitter for the Sixers will be the center fielder, number 6, Nolan Horton. As Reeder, who popped to center field, as Horton, who got some action earlier in that first inning. So no strikeouts so far from either pitches in Hall or Eggebauer. So into the box goes Horton, hitting fourth in the lineup. So Eggebauer here will get the first one of the second inning, and this one goes down to the dirt. Thompson gets the glove there from that one going behind him. So they'll start to a 1-0 count here to kick off the top of the second inning. 1-0 pitch comes from Eggebauer. That one again will go for ball 2. So Eggebauer, who started his first at-bat also to a 2-0 lead, and then the next 2 at-batters started in the strike column. This one will go outside and down low for ball 3. So to 3 balls to no strikes here for the leadoff hitter in the second inning in Horton for the Sixers. Eggebauer gets the call from Thompson. Here comes the pitch, and in for strike 1, the first one of the count. And Ryan Eggebauer, he could throw some Chinese mustard from that right arm, and man, does he have some heat. So 3-1 pitch coming from Eggebauer in strike 2. Or no, walks him. I was mistaken. So a walk from Nolan Horton, the center fielder. So that will put a runner on first base for the Sixers. And now this will pull up left fielder Broden Robbins. As I was a little confused. I thought that was right down the middle. Should open my eyes. So Horton will get his lead off of first. Morgan on first base has that right arm ready to go. So the next at-bat here in the second inning. Here it comes. Swings and misses for strike 1. Robbins thought he could get one off the first pitch from Eggebauer. So 0-1 to start. Robbins checks back into the batter's box. Eggebauer looks over at Horton, who takes his lead off at first. Here comes the pitch, trying to get a bunt. This one's going to go, or no, it got a piece of him. And So it looks to be off the bat. So this will go to an 0-2 count as Robbins thought that hit him. So he thought that was going to be hit by pitch, but home plate umpire said that hit the bat. So this will go to 0-2. So their third base coach, as he will take a quick second here to discuss with the home plate umpire of what happened and what he saw, what third base coach saw. And Thompson and Negebauer will also have a quick discussion. So if this will stand, it will go to an 0-2 count. And we have the Jeopardy theme music playing. So now the home plate umpire will have a discussion with the infield home plate umpire. So they both will have a discussion. Again, tonight, Pie Night, sponsored by Colonial House. So I think the call is still going to be an 0-2 count as it looked to be hit off the bat. Yep, so no balls, 2 strikes. So the discussions from the coach and the both umpires. So Negebauer ready to the 0-2 pitch. Here it comes, and this one high and outside for ball 1. Negebauer gets the ball right back from Thompson. Takes another gander over on first base. 1-2 count goes, strikes him out to throw to second. Does he get him in time? He's in safe. So, a strikeout to Robbins. This will be the first one for Negebauer today, but a stolen base will come there from Horton. And that was a close call, so pulls the runner off of first. So with 1 down, and this will pull now right fielder Anthony Pacheco, hitting 6th in the lineup for the Sixers. So with 1 down following the first strikeout of the game, Negebauer's 27th of the season leads all Hardhats pitching, and that one in for strike 1. So again, he will start this at bat on an 0-1 count. So no balls, 1 strike. With Horton now taking that extension off of second base. Negebauer still in that stance, waiting for what Thompson wants to give him, stalling some time. And he'll take a step off the mound. So Negebauer recollects his thoughts. Still on the 0-1 count. Takes a look over at second base. Backing off his hunt. Here comes the pitch. That one will go outside, so that will be in for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 2 hits for the Hardhats here this game, with the Sixers having 1. Here in the top of the second inning, a 1-0 lead for the Hardhats from the run in from Aiden Roberts. Here comes the pitch again. That one up high for ball 2 as they were to see if Horton was going to take off to second. I wouldn't want a chance with Brody Thompson's cannon of the right arm. So to a 2-1 count. Negebauer again. Pitching, this one swings, that will foul. So we go to a 2-2 count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Thompson, so puts the head strap back onto the cage. So 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 down. Gets the okay as Negebauer from the home plate umpire, who is reassuring him what the count is. Negebauer takes a look back to the 2-2 count pitch. The curve up high for ball 3. So full count again. 3 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out. So the Hardhats, 11 wins this season as they want to improve on that. In a 3-game series against Cheyenne. They have a doubleheader tonight and a game tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. As Negebauer has Hunt, the shortstop, who went back on the bag, and we'll take another quick shortstop here. So 3 balls, 2 strikes on the count for Pacheco, the right fielder for the Sixers. 3 balls, 2 strikes again. Hopping back and forth, Negebauer the pitch, that down in the dirt, so he will walk Pacheco. So that puts runners on first and second with only 1 out. As Negebauer entering this game, he walked 14 batters, and now he has walked 2 today, so 16 walks that he has allowed. So this will pull shortstop Quentin King up at bat. So with runners on first and second now for Cheyenne. Here comes a pitch. Swan on this one. Hunt at short. Throw to second at Reader. And another double play from Blaine Hunt, his second of the game. And that's going to do it for the top of the second inning. The crowd getting into it. Still a 1-0 lead. We'll take a short break and we'll be back. All right, we're back here to get ready for the bottom of the second inning. So the leadoff hitter will be Carter Johnson. Hit a home run in the when we played Missoula up in Billings. Hit a 3-run home run. As he was saying, that was his first home run he's ever hit through Little League, in his entire career. The first hit he has had. So congrats to Carter Johnson getting that one. So here we go. First pitch for the bottom of the second inning. Here comes from Hall. This one's going to get hit. This one high up into the right field, and he can't reach it. So this will be just a foul ball. So 0-1. Carter Johnson, right fielder, hitting sixth in the lineup. And it's Zach Hall still on the mound for the Sixers. So Johnson's first pitch of the second inning, he fouled it off to the right side and towards the Sixers bullpen. This one will go for ball one. So evens itself to 1 ball, 1 strike. Hall gets ready to the 1-1 pitch to Johnson, the right fielder. Here it comes. Johnson hits. This one's going to go right to second baseman. The ground, the pick up, the throw to first is there. So that'll be the first out here for the second inning. The ground to second from Johnson. And now, first at bat back sends hurting his shoulder in that 9-inning game against the 320 Stars. That's number 25, the designated hitter, Dexter Steen. So Steen now hitting 7th in the lineup with 1 down. So Steen getting back in the swing of things. Here comes his first pitch back. That will go in for strike 1. So we start off to an 0-1 count for Steen. Steen, again, usually playing first base when healthy. So to the 0-1 count, Hall extends, hit by Steen, right back to Hall, the pitcher, and the easy loft to first is there. So Steen's first at-bat back, he'll ground to the pitcher. So 2 down. And now catcher Brody Thompson puts himself up to the plate here. Thompson's done a great job behind the plate. We'll see what he does in the batter's box here in this doubleheader tonight. So he steps in the box, 2 down. First year with the Pulse 22 Hardhats for Thompson, and this one up high, ball 1. Thompson last year, who spent playing high school baseball with the Rapid City Stevens baseball team. As Stevens baseball currently playing the Mitchell Colonels for their playoffs. And here comes the next pitch. That will be in for strike 1. So we go to a 1-1 count with Thompson. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down. In the bottom of the second, still a 1-0 lead for the Hardhats, following the stolen base run from Aiden Roberts. So 1-1 pitch coming from Hall. Swung on high up from Thompson. Catcher Kamerad will come under it, and that will be caught. So that's going to be the third out. That'll do it for the second inning. Thompson pops to catch. 1, 2, 3. Going into the third inning, we'll take another short break, and we'll be right back to start the third inning. Welcome back as we get ready here for the third inning. We have a new pitcher on the mound for the Post 22 Hardhats, number 12, Dawson Inhofer. Inhofer usually plays in the infield, but sometimes he gets some opportunities to pitch. And a matter of fact, I was going through my stats today and I was thinking, I looked on the pitching and I looked at Inhofer, Johnson, Morgan, these guys, they usually play infield, and I wasn't even thinking about putting them down, but I decided to because I didn't know if they were going to pitch. So good thing I did. So Dawson Inhofer, who has pitched 3 innings, as he does have 1 win to his name. He has struck out 3 batters. He has walked 2 batters, but earned runs average. He has all 3 eggs across the board, not allowing any, with a whip of a 1 flat. So Inhofer gets ready here, pitching as he comes in to relieve Ryan Negebauer. And like every new pitcher, I say this every time, is they click the hard hats just to show some appreciation, some love for each other, and we're ready to go. So leading off will be their catcher, number 12, Braden Kamerad, who made that previous play to tuck away the second inning from the pop fly from our catcher, Brody Thompson. So Dawson Inhofer here kicks off this third inning, and his first pitch is thrown, and it comes down in the dirt for ball 1. Thompson gets that left hand under to make it. So to the 1-0 count. Inhofer kicks and deals. Pitch swings and misses down the middle. Catches Kamerad whooshing in the air with that bat. So 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 hits still for the Hardhats. Inhofer pivots. Here comes the pitch. Swung on again. This will foul. And this will go to a 1-2 count. So Inhofer already 3 pitches in. He's throwing 2 strikes. And this is what you like to see from a new pitcher. 1-2 count. Inhofer, the pitch comes. This one's going to get hit to shortstop. Hunt, the throw to first is there. And that will be for the first out. So Hunt, who has made a lot of plays today, he's made 2 in fact, and he's both made them on double plays. So that's the 3rd ground out headed towards freshman from Rapid City Stevens, Blaine Hunt's way. So now this will be third baseman, bottom of the batting order, Asher Noland. And first pitch comes. This one's going to go right above me. This will go now to the 0-1 count, as this is their third baseman, and Noland. So 0-1 count, already 1 out from Inhofer. His first inning pitched here in the third inning. This one's getting hit. Ooh, this one was close to hitting me through the glass. That would have not been good. So 0-2 count, 2 pitches, 2 foul balls from Noland. 0-2 pitch coming from Inhofer. This is going to get hit into right field. Johnson stops, and that will be caught to the fly out to right field. So 2 down for the Hardhats here in this third inning. Dawson Inhofer, he must have a magic touch of that baseball, making this one go by fast so far. So we're back to the top of the order. Designated hitter Brandon Pearson, the leadoff hitter. We saw 2 leadoff hitters hit singles in this game. So with 2 down, Inhofer gets the call from Thompson. Kicks and deals. The pitch comes. This one down low for ball 1. So 1-0 Inhofer. And he played Wednesday against Gillette in the infield. He wasn't pitching. And this one up high for ball 2. I can pull up what I keep it here in my little notebook to stay in handy. Inhofer, who was playing second base, he had an RBI triple in the last game, and this one will go in for strike one. So we go to a 2-1 count. So Inhofer, again, we mentioned before when he was getting into pitch, he doesn't pitch very often. When he does, he likes to. So this will go for ball three. And again, he kind of rotates through the infield, especially with Steen out, usually being their first baseman guy, as they've kind of just had to fluctuate with injuries, of course, being in every sport. So the 3-1 count, Inhofer swung on. This will drop past Hunt's head. This will go to center fielder. Kiefer will ground it. So that will be back-to-back singles for Brandon Pearson, the designated hitter. So that puts a runner on base for Cheyenne. And now this will go to second baseman Colin Criselius. And last time he was up as he grounded to Blaine Hunt at shortstop, and that he made his first double play of the night. So Hunt, who has 2 double plays, Hunt, one of the best infielders for the Hardhats this season, as they all are. Here comes the hit. This one will it stay fair? Bobbles it. They're going to call it fair. So Roberts, and that one bobbled up out of the hands. So that will be a base hit for Criselius. And that one, Roberts, he didn't know if that was going to be fair or not. Home plate umpire signaled in. So Landon McAnally, first baseman, he grounded out to Jace Morgan, first baseman, for his first at-bat of the game. So with runners on first and second for Cheyenne, this will pull their first baseman here. Here on Pie Night, sponsored by Colonial House. What a great place to eat. And Swan on this one's going to go to left fielder. McLeod backtracking, steps in front. That'll be caught for the third out. So the pop to left field, caught by Kane McLeod, is going to put it away for the top of the third inning. Still a 1-0 lead for the first inning pitched for Dawson Inhofer. We'll take a quick second and we'll be right back. But due up for the Hardhats will be number 11, Blaine Hunt. And then we back to the top order for Roberts and Kiefer. We'll take a short break and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back as we get ready here for the bottom of the third inning, and it's the freshman, Blaine Hunt, as I call him, the hit-by-pitch merchant. I swear, this kid will always he has 7 hit-by-pitches this season, and he's just a baseball magnet. So he will come in the box hitting 9th in the order. He's made 2 double plays on 3 groundouts. So Hunt, he's done a great job all season long as entering this game before Roberts. So he's going to hit this one right through the gap on the mound. That will be a base hit. The leadoff hitter in the third inning, Mr. Freshman Blaine Hunt, hits a single. So this will pull Aiden Roberts back to the top of the order. He was the main reason, well, the only reason why the Hardhats have a 1-0 lead, as he got the run in. So 1-0 thanks to Aiden Roberts. He steps back in the box. He hit a single his last time up for the third baseman. So with Hunt, as entering this game, he was the Hardhats' leading stolen base before this man back in the box, who took it with 2 stolen bases today, and Aiden Roberts. So that'll be in for ball 1. So we start to a 1-0 count. As Hall, who will still remain on the mound. Here comes the pitch. Hunt will take off to second. The throw is there in time. Safe for Hunt. And he will come in. So now it's a stolen base battle between Blaine Hunt and Aiden Roberts, as that is Hunt's 11th of the season. So him and Roberts tie each other for 11. So Sixers fans disagree with the call. So this will go to a 2-ball, no-strike count. As Hall Gets ready, the righty on the mound to the right-handed batter and Aiden Roberts. Deals, here comes a pitch. That one, ball 3. So, to a high 3-ball, no-strike count. And 3 hits now for each of these teams here in this third inning. It's a great evening. I'm excited. Sun's out, not windy like it has been the past few days. So 3 balls, no strikes with no outs. As Hunt will take off to third. The throw to third gets away from him. Hunt, is he going to go home? He gets up. Hunt running to home. He will score. Blaine Hunt, stolen base off of second, will come in to score. The Hardhats have a 2-0 lead. Blaine Hunt gets another one. So he will come in to score a 2-0 lead. So we go to a 3-1 count with Roberts. So Hunt will take the stolen base back for the lead, and that will walk Aiden Roberts. So he's back on first. Walk This Way. I know my mom will appreciate that song, as that is her favorite song. So this will pull Lars Kiefer up. He hit a single his last time up for the center fielder. His first game back since missing Wednesday's game against Gillette. So Roberts on first base now in a 2-0 lead for the Hardhats. Hall will throw over to first. Roberts saw that one coming. He anticipated it. Slides back into first off that pickoff attempt. So still no pitch here for Kiefer's second at-bat of the game. Hall gets ready. And again, he'll throw over to first. And that was down in the dirt. McAnally did a great job of getting that ball in there, playing that bounce off the dirt. So back-to-back pickoffs. Roberts again takes that lead off of first. Kiefer waits for his first pitch of the at-bat. Hall pitch comes. Roberts takes off to second. That one gets away from second. And Roberts, who wanted to get up, he just couldn't get a good grip. And I'm telling you right now, it is a stolen base war between Aiden Roberts and Blaine Hunt. Both of them adding to their totals today. So 0-1 the count. That was in for strike 1. So Roberts on second, following his stolen base. Adding yet again another to his day. I believe that is his third. So to an 0-1 count, Hall comes the pitch to Kiefer, and that one in for strike 2. So this will go to no balls, 2 strikes, still with no outs. Here in the bottom of the third inning, it's a 2-0 lead for the Hardhats thanks to Aiden Roberts and Blaine Hunt. So 0-2 count, Hall, the righty, rocking back and forth on the mound, and pulling back to second. Roberts sliding in time, but no pitch was thrown. So Kiefer, this is a long at-bat for him. A lot of pickoff attempts on first base. So Roberts again takes that lead off of second to an 0-2 count. Reader on deck for the Hardhats. Here comes a pitch, but there was a quick time called. And that will be a balk. So Roberts is going to take off to third. So that will be a balk. And another, you put a runner in another scoring position with no outs. So Hall will have a quick talk with second baseman Colin Crescelius. Maybe just some confusion of what happened, as it was the home plate umpire who called the balk. So 0-2 count. Excuse me, that's number 3. Oh yeah, Colin Crescelius, second baseman. So he gives him the pat. Seems to be ready to go. So Camarade gives the call to his infielders. So it's an 0-2 count for Kiefer. Roberts now on third base. Hall looks straight over at Roberts on third. Here comes a pitch. That one up high. They'll be in for ball 1 of the count. Hardhats keeping up to a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the third. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count. Hall, the pitch comes. Swung on by Kiefer. This one, this is going to go to center field. He's hovering over it. That'll be caught. Roberts checks up from third, and he holds it. As he thought about it, but held twice. So that'll be the first out here for the bottom of the third. The pop from Kiefer. So this will pull Reader up to the batter's box. So Roberts still on third. Reader with 1 out, and Reader, who popped to center fielder Nolan Horton his last time up. So Horton, who just made that previous play, and the previous play also to Reeder from his last at-bat. Here comes the first one to Reeder. This one way outside, ball one. And Wyatt Reeder, one thing I've noticed when calling games, he likes to not, he doesn't swing at anything really for the first like 2-3 pitches, and then when he strikes, when the pitcher's fatigued, then he strikes his prey. So this will go for ball two. So to a 2-0 count for Reeder. Hall still on the mound. Roberts on third. Here comes the pitch. That one outside, ball three. So 3 balls, no strikes for Reeder's at bat for his second at bat of the game. And this will have left fielder Kane McLeod on deck. So 3-0 count, one down. Reeder, let's go Reeder chant I just heard from the crowd. Here comes the pitch, and he will walk Reeder. So four pitches, 4 balls for a walk. So that puts runners back on the corners on first and third still with 1 out. And Kane McLeod, who has hit a home run this season, don't want to put him in a situation where he could go yard. So with 1 down, runners on first and third, Reeder at first, Roberts on third. 1 down and a 2-0 lead with 1 error going to the post 6 Sixers. Hall, that one down low. That will go in for ball 1 as they were looking to throw that one back to first. Reeder was looking to take off to second. So, the last 5 pitches that were thrown have been for balls, as there was a 4-pitch, 4-ball walk for Reeder. Now, McLeod will start on the 1-0 count. Here comes the pitch. That one in for strike 1. So the ball streak will end at 5. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. McLeod in the box. And Wyatt Reeder having a .574 on-base percentage. And Reeder will take off the second, and the throw from Conrad in there off the base. So that puts Reeder, the stolen base for him. Reeder's 4th stolen base of the season. Is a lot of stolen bases have been up in the air so far for the Hardhats tonight in this game, in game 1 of the doubleheader. So this will go to a 2-1 count. So Reeder on second, Roberts on third. Now the sun, McLeod just came over as McLeod pops this one up as this one heads over towards past the 22 dugout. And again, about 6 kids running towards that ground ball. They want to return that one to the concession stands. So this will go to a 2-2 count for McLeod with 1 down, runners on second and third, and Reeder and Roberts. The R's on bases. With only 1 down in the bottom of the third, and a 2-0 lead for the Hardhats. Here comes the pitch up high for ball 3. Again, another full count. Jace Morgan on deck for the Hardhats. He awaits for what he wants to do on his next at-bat. And McLeod, who popped to shortstop his last time up. I forgot to mention that before the first pitch for his at-bat. So to a 3-ball, 2-strike count. Hall the pitch. McLeod swings this one into center field. That's going to get caught. Roberts will check up the third into home. And that's a sacrifice hit. It's 3-0 Hardhats. So McLeod hits to center field in the sac hit. Roberts brings in his 2nd run of the game. Now Jace Morgan, as he will come in. So Reeder, who will stay on second. And Morgan, his last time up, he grounded a shortstop. So his back-to-back shortstop plays from the previous at-bats of McLeod and Morgan. So with 2 down, Reeder on second. Hall takes a look back over here. The first one, that one high and wide. We'll go for ball 1 of the count. Jace Morgan to the 1-0 count. 2 down. Both teams still having 3 hits. So takes a look over at second. Reeder again. So they back off on second. Morgan gets a foul tip on that one. So this goes to a 1-1 count. Once this inning is over, we'll go over through the MLB scores. But until then, we have Post 22 Hardhats baseball right in front of us. So a 3-0 lead. Roberts gets his second run of the game. So to a 1-ball, 1-strike count with 2 outs. Hall, the pitch comes. Morgan hits this one again. The center fielder, Raider rounding third, seeing if he'll drop it, and that'll be caught for the 3rd out. So the pop to center field from Jace Morgan will do it for the 3rd inning, but a 3-0 lead. There was 2 runs scored from Hunt and Roberts in that. And the Hardhats, they've just done a great job in a 3-0 game. So, like I said, we'll run through here through the scores today on May 17th, this Saturday. And the New York Mets, as they play the New York Yankees, a battle of the New Yorks, as the Mets, Juan Soto playing his former team in the Yankees, and the Mets, a 3-2 win in that one. The Chicago Cubs beat the Chicago White Sox in that game. Another one, so it must have been a battle of New York, battle of Chicago's going at it as the Cubs took a 7-3 lead over the White Sox. Toronto Blue Jays defeated the Detroit Tigers 2-1. And this was a big one. The Washington Nationals defeat the Baltimore Orioles 10-6. And we have a shutout. Tampa Bay Rays beating the Miami Marlins of a final score of 4-0. And currently the live games, the Philadelphia Phillies beating the Pittsburgh Pirates of a score of 5-0. That one currently top of the 6th inning. And bottom of the 5th inning right now, it's the Cincinnati Reds and the Cleveland Indians, as both of those teams 1-1. As I know Dexter Steen, that whole Steen clan, big Guardians fans. So that will have our time here. I'll have to clear the scoreboard as we go into the 4th inning. As Inhofer still on the mound. As this is the leadoff hitter in the 4th inning for the Sixers. It is their center fielder, Nolan Horton, who was busy in the past 2 innings. So Inhofer, here comes the first one, swings and misses for strike 1. Dawson Inhofer, who came in last inning. Here comes in the 0-1 count, and Swan on this one, hooks foul, so it goes to an 0-2 count. So retrieves a new ball from home plate umpire as they get the calls. 0-2 count, Jaws theme music playing in the back, looking for his first strikeout of the game. Here comes Inhofer's pitch. That one, the curve got down to the dirt. So Thompson has to get up and get that one. So that was the first ball of the count. And we mentioned earlier, so Inhofer is only entering, now pitched 4 innings. He's only thrown 3 strikeouts, but he's walked 2 batters. So the 1-2 count, that one again, down low. That will go for ball 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes for Horton, the center fielder for the Sixers. And again, some playoff action in other sports in the NHL for hockey and NBA for basketball. We'll also go through those scores later on. So 2-2 count, Inhofer for the pitch, coming that one down in the dirt, as that will go for ball 3. My stat sheet got a gust of the wind with the window just cracked open. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. Inhofer, here comes the pitch. Swan on this one high up. Hunt calling for it, but Morgan will be under it, and this will be caught for the first out in the 4th inning. And the pop to first from Horton, who walked his last time up. So Broden Robbins, the left fielder, who struck out his first at-bat. I gave Ryan Negebauer his 27th strikeout of the season. So with 1 down, following the pop, first baseman Jace Morgan makes the play. Inhofer swings and misses, strike 1. So back-to-back batters, they swung and missed for their first ball given to them. A great showing here for doubleheader. This one's going to get hit. This one back over the head of Kiefer, makes the catch. What a play by Lars Kiefer, the center fielder, and that will do it for 2 outs. Turnover, one hand. What a play by Lars Kiefer, and the infielder showing him some respect. So 2 down from Robbins, who popped to center field. So 2 outs. This will pull Anthony Pacheco, the right fielder, who walked his first at-bat. He's going to hit this one. McLeod, the left fielder, and that will do it. 1, 2, 3. Quick like that, easy like that. 3 outs. Top of the 4th, just done like that. 3-0. Hardhats still lead. I will jot this down really quick. K. McLeod makes that catch. Kiefer made another amazing catch at center field. So still 0 on the board for the Sixers. We'll take a look here at NHL scores. As my Washington Capitals got eliminated, I'm still a little sad about that. But there is currently one game going on right now. It is the Winnipeg Jets and the Dallas Stars. Stars currently have a 3-2 game series lead over that. If Dallas wins, they will go on to the Western Conference Final to face the Edmonton Oilers. And then tomorrow, who doesn't love a Game 7 hockey game? It's the Florida Panthers and the Toronto Maple Leafs, and winner that will play the Carolina Hurricanes in the Eastern Conference Final. So nearing the end towards that, we'll take a look here at NBA scores. As I did see the New York Knicks, who knocked off the Boston Celtics in 119-81 last night. So no games going on tonight, but another Game 7 happening tomorrow, as it's the Denver Nuggets and the Oklahoma City Thunder as they face off each other tomorrow at 1:30 Mountain Time, as they wait to see who the Minnesota Timberwolves will play. So that's what the NBA and NHL postseason scores look like. So there looks to be a new pitcher on the mound for the post-6 Sixers, and it is number 4, Brandon Pearson, the designated hitter. So he will come in for Hall. Jotting down what I need to do so I can keep ahead of what they've done previously. If they've thrown a strikeout, blah, 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 whatnot, whatnot. So Carter Johnson with In the Air tonight, his walk-up song, as he grounded to second base, the right field last time up. As he gets ready for his second at-bat in Game 1 of the doubleheader between the Cheyenne post-6 Sixers. And a 3-0 lead for the Hardhats, as you see on the scoreboard on the top left of your screen on Hardhats TV. And now the first pitch from Pearson. Man, that one was in fast. Fouls off for 0-1. So Pearson, the righty on the mound. Zach Hall, the starting pitcher, was also a righty. Pearson, that fastball straight down the middle. So 0-1 count for the first at-bat here in the 4th inning. Here comes the next one. That will get away from Comrade, the catcher. So that will go for ball 1. So it's a 1-1 strike. Pearson gets ready for his third pitch, throwing on the day. This one gets away. Johnson will hit. The plate is short. The scoop, the throw there. So that will be for the first out. Here in the bottom of the 4th inning, the ground to short. And now RDH, Dexter Steen, back up to the box. The left-handed batter for his second at-bat back, as Steen, who grounded straight to Hall, the pitcher, and he made the easy loft throw to first. So with one out here in the bottom of the 4th inning, Pearson, first pitch to Steen, that one in for strike 1. Another fastball down the middle. So starts on 0-1. Steen gets his low bat swings, waiting for the next one. The 0-1 pitch comes from Pearson. Steen hits this one, as this one's going to get to shortstop. Makes the play. So Steen, the pop to shortstop. So that will be for 2 outs. And this will pull Brody Thompson, the catcher, up. His last time up, but he also popped up to the catcher. So 2 down. As Bob Marley, one of his songs, as his walk-up song. So 2 down following the ground to shortstop from Johnson, and then the pop fly from Steen. This one will go down low, ball 1. So this is the first one from Pearson where he doesn't start in the strike column for his first at-bat. So they will start on an 0-1 count. Or excuse me, 1-0 count. 1 ball, no strikes. Here comes the next one. Swan on this will go foul off of Thompson's bat. So this will go 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 down. So to the 1-1 count, Thompson Awaits the next pitch here from Pearson. Here it comes. Thompson again. Hook fouls on that one. So it goes to 1-2 strikes following 2 foul balls. As home plate umpire here is going to collect that foul ball. So 1-2 the count. Thompson, here comes the pitch from Pearson. Drops in, and that will strike him out. So that will do it for the 4th inning. Still a 3-0 lead for the Hardhats with Thompson striking out. That gives Pearson his first of the game. And we'll take a look here at what the weather will, and we'll take another short break. Currently 67 degrees outside right now. It's supposed to drop a little bit. But tomorrow, 10 a.m. is when the game will start, as it predicts rain will happen at 11. So that's what the forecast looks like for today. We'll take a short break, and we'll be right back for the 5th inning with Inhofer still on the mound for the Hardhats. All right, we're back here ready for the 5th inning here of Post 22 baseball between the Post 6 Sixers of in Cheyenne. Quickly update the scoreboard here. So Inhofer, before we went away for the break, still on the mound. And now this will put the shortstop Quentin King up to bat, as King, who grounded to shortstop. This was the second double play Hunt made his last time up. So the first one will drop in. This will go for ball 1. So 1-0 count for the first pitch here, the 5th inning for Inhofer to King, and a 3-0 lead for the Hardhats. Inhofer kicks and deals. That one up high and wide, ball 2. I mentioned earlier another great showing tonight here at the Black Hill Surgical Field at the Fitz. Here for Pie Night, sponsored by Colonial House. This one, ball 3. So 3-0 count for King. At bat for the for the Sixers. So 3-0. Here comes the pitch. That one right down the middle for strike 1. Inhofer a little off speed on that one, making sure that was going to go in for strike. So 3 balls, 1 strike. Here comes the next one. Swan. This one high up. Thompson in front of the home plate umpire ditches the mask. Caught by Thompson. And that'll be for the first out. Brody Thompson makes the great play there. So the pop to catch for the first out from Quentin King. And this will pull Breeding Camarade, the catcher, who grounded to Blaine Hunt, also his last time up. So the first out here in the top of the 5th, as Bye Bye Bye, the song by NYC, playing. So Inhofer, now with the new at-batter, this one in for strike 1. Dawson Inhofer, since coming into the 3rd inning, he's done a great job. Here comes the next one. Swings on. This one hooks foul. Right above the Bird's Next boxes for all of us announcers and people who make this streaming happen. So 0-2 count. Here comes the next one. Swan on this one's going to go to second base. And Reeder makes the play. The throw to first there to Morgan. Makes it for out number 2 on the ground to second from Camarade. As this will pull now third baseman Asher Noland, as he flew to right field his last time up. So 2 down in the top of the 5th inning, and game 1 of the doubleheader. Inhofer the pitch comes. That one in for strike 1. And now back-to-back at-bats for him, where he started on a 0-1 count. Inhofer deals this one in, strike 2. So no balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Looking to do this one away. Inhofer ready. Here comes the pitch. And that one just got out of the glove of Thompson. That will go for ball 1. So back to the bottom of the order for the Sixers and Noland. He flew to Carter Johnson all the way out in right field his last at-bat. So the 1-2 pitch count. Inhofer swings and misses. Strikes him out for the first of the game for Inhofer, making it his 4th on the season. Hardhats still doing an impressive job pitching as they'll take a short break, and we'll get ready here for the bottom of the 5th inning. We'll be right back. And we're back here ready for the bottom of the 5th inning, and the leadoff hitter for the Hardhats will be shortstop number 11, Blaine Hunt. His last time up hit a single and was also brought in for a run to help make this score 3-0. And then on deck after Hunt will be Aiden Roberts. So still in the 3-0 lead, bottom of the 5th inning. Pearson's still on the mound, the righty. So he came in to relieve Zach Hall. So started pitching in the 4th inning was Pearson. So only 3 innings pitched for Hall. So the first one here to Hunt. This one comes, swings. This one towards the grass hill. This will go for foul ball, 0-1 count. So no balls to 1 strike. Pearson waits for this one. Here comes the pitch to Hunt. This one drops in. That'll go for strike 2. No balls but 2 strikes with no outs. So they wait. Pearson kicks and deals. The left leg extends, and he will strike Hunt out. So that will be the 2nd strikeout for Pearson today. So the back-to-back strikeouts for Thompson and Hunt. Now this will pull Aiden Roberts back up to the plate as he got a single his first at-bat, and he got walked his last. So Roberts also having 2 runs in this game. 2 of the 3. So with 1 down, here comes this pitch. This will go up high for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Roberts swings it back, gets ready for the next one. Pearson deals that one, strike 1. Roberts saw that one in a flash of an eye. So 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out following the strikeout to Hunt. Here comes the pitch and drops in for strike 2. So the last 2 pitches being strikes. 3 total on the at-bat. Still 3 hits for each team. 1 error belonging to the post-6 Sixers. Here comes the next one. Swung on by Roberts. Trying to go through the gap. Makes the sliding play at short. The throw to first. Takes him off the back. That's going to be a base hit. Roberts takes off from first to second. And that will be a double for Aiden Roberts. So Roberts has a single and a double now. Keeps the 2nd out of the inning away from the Hardhats as that throw went right past first and he took off, knowing that no one was going to be back to cover second. Smartly done by third baseman Andy Roberts. So this will pull Lars Kiefer, having a 1-for-2 today, a single, and he popped to center field his last time up. So with only one down, Roberts now on second following his double. That is Roberts' third double of the season. This one's going to go foul on the right side. This will go for an 0-1 count. So that will be the fourth hit of the game. 2 hits coming off the bat of Roberts with also 2 runs. Leadoff man always does something special. So 0-1 the count. Here comes the pitch from Pearson. Drops in, strike 2. Kiefer again watched that one all the way through the glove to Comrade behind the plate for the Sixers. No balls, 2 strikes with 1 out. Pearson waits. Roberts again chopping his feet right and left, trying to get an extra lead to go to third. Pearson again takes another look at second. Here comes the pitch. Swan on this will foul, so he stays alive on an 0-2 count. So Pearson will collect a new ball. So he awaits for the next one. No balls, 2 strikes. Roberts again on second with 1 out. In the bottom of the 5th. Pearson, the pitch comes, swings and misses as he will strike Kiefer out. So that's the 3rd strikeout for Pearson on the day. And this will pull Wyatt Reeder up to the box. With 2 down, the bottom of the 5th. With 2 errors coming on post 6 following that base hit from Roberts. Here comes the pitch from Pearson. That went down in the dirt, hobbles up. Couldn't find his Comrade, but Roberts will stay on second. So I'll go for ball 1 and Reeder's first pitch of his 3rd at-bat of the game. So Reeder walked his previous at-bat, and then he popped to center field his first. So 1-0 count. Roberts looking to take that lead off of second. Hopped away. Here comes the next one. Reeder's going to hit this one into... That one gets through. That's a base hit. Roberts rounding third. He's going to run in to score. Roberts sliding safe. He scores. Reeder to second. He's going to get... That's an RBI double for Wyatt Reeder. It's 4-0 Hardhats from the RBI double from Wyatt Reeder. And another run scored from Roberts. Reeder pumped about it. 4-0. And they get a hit off of Pearson. And this will now pull K. McLeod. Hit a sacrifice hit his last time up. Drove in a run. So Pearson waiting for his first pitch here to McLeod. Instead of Roberts on second, it's Reeder. And that went in for strike 1. Pearson, during the bottom of the 5th inning, he started a lot of at-bats. The first one going in for a strike. So 0-1, 2 down still. And a 4-0 lead now thanks to Reeder's RBI double, which driven Roberts. And this one gets away from Comrade. Reeder will go in on the wild pitch. That one goes over the head. Reeder from third. He's running to home. The throw to the left is in. He's in safe and sound. Wyatt Reeder, 5-0 Hardhats. The runs keep coming. The second of the bottom of the 5th. Reeder, what a hit there. Got a hit. Comes in to score 5-0. So that takes all runners off the bags. So this count will go to 1-1. That one just got right behind of Comrade, the catcher for the Sixers. So the 1-1 count. Pearson the pitch coming. That went in for strike 2 on McLeod. So 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs. They managed to run in Roberts and Reeder here in this bottom of the 5th. And with Reeder having 18 RBIs on the season, that is the team high. And this one shielding out of the way is McLeod, avoiding getting hit. And that will go for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Waiting for the pitch call. Here comes the pitch. Sween's got a piece of it, was McLeod. So, still kicking on a 2-2 count. With 2 outs, bottom of the 5th, 5-0 lead for the Hardhats. with Pearson still waiting as he extends this one and will get away. That will go for ball 3. So full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Kane McLeod would like to have a walk or a base hit here. 3-2. Here comes the pitch for Pearson. Swings and misses. And he will strike out. So 3 strikeouts for Pearson on that one. That makes it his 4th of the game. And that will do it 5-0. It was an RBI double from Wyatt Reeder, which drove in Roberts. And then Reeder, who advanced on the wild pitch from second, and he scored in to go on home to make it 5-0. We'll take a short break, and we'll be back to start the 6th inning of Game 1 of the doubleheader. Welcome back as we get ready here for the 6th inning in Game 1 of the doubleheader between the Cheyenne Post 6 Sixers and your Post 22 Hardhats. So back, Brandon Pearson, the DH. He has 2 singles today, 2 for 2. And he also threw 3 strikeouts in the last inning, putting 4 strikeouts on the day for him. So Inhofer will stay on the mound for the Hardhats. Here comes the first one, and that will go up for ball 1. So 1-0 to start the first at-bat in the 6th inning. Inhofer kicks and deals, swings on by Pearson. Hunt, the shortstop, scoops it up to throw over to first to Morgan. Gets the play, and that'll be for out number 1. The ground to shortstop, and another great infield play again made by Blaine Hunt. A lot of them have gone to Blaine Hunt today. He's made 2 for double plays. And others will pull the second baseman, Colin Crescelius. Hit a 1 for 2 today. Hit a single his last time up. And then his first one was the first double play made by Hunt today. This one's going to get hit. Roberts sliding that one, bobbles out of the glove, picks up the throw to first is there. Aiden Roberts. What a play for the third baseman for out number 2. So 2 down already here in this 6th inning. The ground to third. From Crescelius, this will pull first baseman Landon McAnally. 0 for 2 today, ground to first, and a pop to left field. So getting the call is Inhofer. Here comes the first one. That one in for strike 1. With 2 down in the 6th inning, 5-0 the score for the Hardhats. So McAnally waits for the next one. Here comes the pitch from Inhofer. That one outside, ball 2. That was a cool move there from Thompson, who caught that with his left hand and then put his right hand behind his back to get the ball and lofted it to himself. Just the little things, man. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Inhofer, the pitch comes. Swung on McAnally. This one going right field. Johnson back towards it, makes the catch for the 3rd out in the 6th inning. So the fly to right field for McAnally, and a quick and fast top of the 6th inning. We'll take another short break, and we'll be back for the bottom of the 6th. All right, we're back here for the bottom of the sixth inning. A new pitcher on the mound for the Sixers. It is number 15, Reed Horton. So he comes in the sixth inning to pitch after Pearson threw 3 strikeouts in that fifth inning. And then the leadoff hitter for the Hardhats will be number 22, Jace Morgan. So the Dallas Stars and the Winnipeg Jets, they both are duking it out for their game 6. Jets want to go back as they were the best team in the NHL. I am a hockey guy. I play goalie, so if you have any hockey questions, you can hit me up and I will try my best to answer. I probably will. So 5-0 the score. Still bottom of the sixth, getting his final warm-up pitches is Horton. And then still behind the home plate is Braden Camerad, the catcher. When these teams met up, the Hardhats swept them. And they got their first loss of the season against Missoula up in Billings. So they're infield doing some ground balls, trying to get their arms still warm. Currently 6:21 as the first pitch was at 5 o'clock, so an hour 21 in this game, in game 1 of the doubleheader. So Morgan is up. Morgan 0 for 2 today, a ground to shortstop and a pop fly to center field. So Horton, we get ready for what he has in offer to pitch as he comes in to relieve Brandon Pearson. So Morgan takes the step in the box. We get ready for the bottom of the sixth hitting action. 5-0, still a score. Hardhats still want to extend on that one. Horton's first pitch. This one will go in for strike 1 on Morgan. We're going to let that one go right by. So we start 0-1. Wind still a little breezy here. Not as bad as it was the last 2 days. Here comes the next one. Morgan hits this one to right field, and it's caught. So a fly to right. So this will pull Johnson up now. Johnson as well over to today, a ground to second base and a ground to shortstop. So Horton, first at batter, gets help from the outfielder, their right fielder, being Anthony Pacheco. Here comes the next one to Johnson. That will go down low, ball 1. As Morgan started his last at-bat to 1-0 and then hit down one in the right field. On deck for the Hardhats, number 25, Dexter Steen. The 1-0 pitch. Here comes the curve. That one in for strike 1. Johnson kind of tilted the head, saying, I'm not sure about that one. So 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out. Horton extends off the mound. The pitch coming. This one's going to get hit. This one squeezes. Second baseman Corselius makes the play. And trying to slide in and go safe was Johnson, but that will be for out number 2. So Steen will come up. And Steen 0 for 2. First one he grounded to the pitcher and Hall, the starting pitcher. And then the last one as he pop flied to shortstop. So here comes Horton's pitch to Steen. That one up and high for ball 1. And Steen, first game back since injury, so he just kind of trying to sway back in that plain high-speed action. So 1-0 count. Horton with the pitch. Swung on by Steen. This one will drop, and that will be a base hit. The first hit back for Dexter Steen. And that will be Steen's 5th single on the season for the DH. And now Brody Thompson, the catcher, is brought up. And Thompson 0 for 2. He popped to catcher his first time up, and he struck out his last at-bat. So that's the 5th hit of the game for the Hardhats. And now Horton will take a look over at Steen. Over on first base, following his first base hit since getting hurt. And the first one to Thompson, that will go up high for ball 1. Still with 2 outs. 3 errors for the Sixers to the Hardhats 0. And we saw in that Gillette game, as Gillette, they had 11 errors, I believe. And that 12-4 victory over Gillette. So a quick discussion with the infield umpire. So Horton 1-0 pit or count. Waiting for the pitch is Thompson. Here it comes. And that one, Thompson thought about it, but he'll let that one go for ball 2. So to a 2-0 count we go for Brody Thompson, the catcher. Senior at Rapid City Stevens High School. So 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Steen still on first. Horton kicks and deals that one in. And that was going to go for ball. So 3 balls to no strikes for Thompson. And they were looking to see if Steen was going to take off from first or not, but Steen didn't want to test anything out. So 3-0 count. Horton takes a look over at first again. Here comes the pitch. And for strike 1. Thompson wanted to get the easier route, just the 4-pitch walk. So we go to 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 down. Here comes the one. Steen will take off from first to second, and Steen will get a stolen base and a walk from Thompson. So now this will pull shortstop Blaine Hunt, 1 for 2 today. He had a single his first time up, also was driven in for a run in his last one as he struck out. So 2 outs, Steen on second, Thompson on first. And Thompson's on-base percentage of a .273. And here comes the pitch. This one goes down in the dirt, pops right back up. This will go for ball 1. As Steen was about halfway to third base. And exchanging the balls is Horton and Comrade, catcher and pitcher for the Sixers. So they get a new ball. So 1 ball, no strikes for Hunt's third at-bat of the game in game 1 of the doubleheader tonight. So it takes a look back over. Here comes the next one. That one up high goes for ball 2. So 2-0 the count with 2 outs. Runners first and second. Hunt taps on the home plate. Horton with the pitch. It comes. Hunt swings, got a piece of it. So that will go for a foul. So we go to 2 balls, 1 strike. Two won the count with 2 outs. Hunt also did a really good job. We have another quick call here. So the umpire in the infield will have another talk with, excuse me. So 3-1 the count. As that's what they were talking about, as I just heard that from the home plate umpire. So 3 balls, 1 strike for Hunt. So he gives the call to Horton on the mound. Here comes the pitch, and that will walk Blaine Hunt. So that puts the bases loaded for the first time today. And now this will pull the hot bat for Aiden Roberts. Roberts hitting a double and a single and also getting walked today. So Roberts will get ready here. Here comes with bases loaded. The first one inside, ball 1. So bases are loaded with 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th inning and a 5-0 lead for the Hardhats as we have another talk here, as I think just talking over the dugout for the Sixers. So 1 ball, no strikes with 2 outs. Horton on the mound. Here comes the pitch. That one escapes. This one's going to get away for Comrade. And coming in to score will be Steen. It's 6-0 Hardhats. So it pulls Thompson to third and Hunt to second. So Steen comes in for a run. And we go to a 2-0 count. That one just again escaping from Comrade. Still with 2 outs. Now bases no longer loaded. Just runners on second and third. Here comes the pitch. That one in for strike one. So 2-1 for Roberts. Roberts has his 9th single of the season and his 4th double of the season with his 2 base hits today. Here comes the next one. That one, the curve, and that will go for ball 3. So 3-1 the count. With 2 outs. Here comes the pitch, and that one up high, so that will walk Roberts. So bases will come again back loaded. So the second time Roberts has been walked today, and we'll have a quick discussion here on the mound for the Sixers. Horton, who came into the 6th inning, as he has allowed 1 run from that wild pitch where Steen advanced on. So they just have a quick talk. So Comrade will return back to behind home plate, and a coach back to the dugout. So this will pull Lars Kiefer. Struck out his last at-bat. So they get ready. Bases loaded. Roberts on first, Hunt on second, Thompson at third. And that's what the bases will look like. Here comes the next one. This one up and high inside for ball 1. To Kiefer's first pitch of his 4th at-bat of the game now. He had a single for his first at-bat. Here comes the next one. He'll take that one for strike 1. So 1-1 with 2 outs. 6-0 lead for the Hardhats in the bottom of the 6th inning. Getting the call again. Here comes the pitch from Horan. Swung on Kiefer, got a foul tip. So this will go to a 1-2 count with 2 outs. Reeder, who's just going to run and get this foul ball really quick. Gives it to the umpire. So with 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases are loaded. And Horton, who wants a new ball. So they will swap balls for Horton. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs for Kiefer's at-bat. Horton gets the call. Here he goes. Extends the left leg on the mound. That one down in the dirt for ball 2. And Comrade didn't let that one go behind him. Again, there was 2 times today where the wild pitch, Reeder and Steen have both prevailed on it. So, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Horton. And in a strike. So strike 3 will strike Kiefer out. And that's the first K for Horton on the day. Back-to-back strikeouts for Kiefer. 6-0 the score. And we'll take a short break and we'll be right back for the 7th inning in Game 1 of the doubleheader. All right, we're back here for the 7th inning. Dawson and Hofer still on the mound as they look to put this one away in a 6-0 lead. And the leadoff hitter for the Sixers will be Nolan Horton, their center fielder, as he walked his first at-bat and then he popped to Morgan on first base, his previous at-bat. So Inhofer, who came in this game at the 3rd inning, so this will be his 4th inning pitched. Here in the 7th inning, here comes the first one as a dropper, that one up high for ball 1. So we go to a 1-0 count to start this at-bat. Inhofer on the mound. Kicks and deals. Here's the pitch. That one outside for ball 2. So Thompson throws that one back. We'll start on a 2-0 count to the leadoff hitter and Horton. 2 balls, no strikes. Next pitch hit. This one, Horton. McLeod, the left fielder. That one's going to drop, so that's going to be a base hit for Horton. That will put a runner on base for them. So the leadoff single for Horton. Now, Broden Robbins, left fielder, 0 for 2 today, struck out in a pop-up to Kiefer on center field, his last at-bat. So Inhofer will stay on the mound now with Horton getting that extension on first base. And the throw as Morgan also catches with his right hand, just like Dexter Steen when they both play first base. So waiting for the first of the at-bat here for Robbins. Here it comes. Swings and misses for strike 1. So then we'll start 0-1 on this one. With Horton now taking that lead off of first. Again, takes another look back over is Inhofer. 0-1 count. Here comes the pitch. Swings and misses. Strike 2. And that one goes out ahead of Thompson there. He just goes on that first base line to retrieve that ball. So no balls, 2 strikes with no outs. A runner on first for the Sixers here in the top of the 7th inning. The 7th inning, the last inning in game 1 of the doubleheader tonight. Inhofer, he's going to throw back to first, try another pickoff attempt. It won't work. So we'll stay 0-2 with Robbins at bat. And again, another one over. That one just in time. He slides in safe. So back-to-back pickoff attempts. Morgan trying to tag him. Couldn't get him in time. So 0-2 still here for Robbins. At bat for the Sixers. Here comes. This one's going to get hit. Another one. That'll be another single into left field, McLeod. So runners on first and second. His first hit of the day for Robbins. And now right fielder Anthony Pacheco walked his first at bat and then popped to left field his last at bat. So runners on first and second. Inhofer will remain on the mound on the bump for the Hardhats. The runners on first and second for the Sixers. Here comes the pitch. That one up high starts this count in the ball category for the 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes with no outs. Runners on first and second for the Sixers. Inhofer again looking back at second. Takes another one. Here comes the pitch. That went down in the dirt, ball 2. Thompson again getting behind that one, so it won't escape free. And Thompson will have a quick chat with Inhofer on the mound, discussing things over. And a 6-0 lead for the Hardhats here in the top of the 7th. So Thompson shared a few words. So he returns now. The count being 2 balls, no strikes, and no outs. Both teams now having 5 hits on the game. Inhofer in the stance waiting for the next pitch on the at-bat here. Here comes Swan. This one into left field. McLeod back to it. He's going to catch it, but takes a stumble. That will drop. So that will be a base hit to throw to Roberts, which pulls him off the bat. So bases will be loaded for the Sixers from the hit off Pacheco as McLeod just took a tumble. So 3 singles from Horton, Robbins, and Pacheco. And we have a quick talk here with Coach Nick Kindred. He'll come to the mound. And we'll see if we see any action in the bullpen or if this is just going to be a mound visit. So runners on first, second, and third. On third is Horton second, Robbins, Pacheco on first. Still with no outs in the top of the 7th. And a 6-0 lead for the Hardhats. So Inhofer will stay on the mound as it was just a quick mound discussion for Coach Kindred. So they'll wrap it up. Inhofer now, as this will be Quentin Keene, the shortstop. 0 for 2, grounded to short and a pop to Brody Thompson, his last at-bat. So Inhofer waits. Here comes the pitch. Swings and misses, strike two. This one out and ahead. As Thompson will get that one as base runner Horton didn't want to come in to score on that one. So he will start on an 0-1 count for Quentin King. Inhofer waits. It's a call from Thompson. 0 on the count. Here it comes. Down the dirt. Hits the home plate umpire. Thompson didn't know where that one was. He just found that one to the left side of him. So that'll be the first ball of the count. So 1 ball, 1 strike. That one went down the dirt and then hit the home plate umpire right behind. So never even clipped a piece of Thompson. As that one went down in the dirt and just got away from him. So 1 ball, 1 strike still. Inhofer. With the pitch, swings. This one's going to go to Hunt. Gets the throw and just lost it. So that's going to bring 1 score in for the Sixers, and they're going to hold. So an RBI single from Quentin King. And that will pull Horton in on the run. So they're going to get their first score of the game. It's 6-1 now. Inhofer will stay on the mound. We see a pitcher in the bullpen. No outs. They still look to find their first here. First error of the game. This one down in the dirt. Ball 1. So they'll start 1-0 to the count. Inhofer again. He waits for the call from Thompson. With Braden Camerad, he's going to hit this one. This one gets through. That's going to be another base hit. And they're going to drive in another score, rounding third. Here comes another one. That's 2 scored. It is now a 6-3 game. If my scoreboard will work here. So the scoreboard froze up here. So it is a 6-3 game now with no outs following the 2 RBI single. Off of Comrade. So Inhofer, who came in the 3rd inning, and he's now allowed 3 runs here in the top of the 7th. So he will come out, and we get a new pitcher here from the bullpen as he takes the trot over. So Skyler Montgomery will come in, so with no outs here in this top of the 7th. I got 1 run on the scoreboard. I don't know, it's freezing up. So Montgomery will get his warm-up pitches in. We look at Montgomery's stats. 12 innings pitched this season. He also has a 1-win, no-loss record, but he does have 2 saves out of the 3 saves offered. He has 10 batters walked with 9 strikeouts, a .583 earned runs average with a 1.250 whip. So there we go. The score should be updated. So Montgomery, the right-handed pitcher. We have not seen a lefty. Haven't seen a southpaw yet. We could see one in Game 2 of the doubleheader, depending if the Hardhats will start Broden Sales or not, as that is undetermined. And Game 2 of the doubleheader will start at 7:30. Currently 6:45. If they do start early, we will end the live, and I will put a chat in the next live for the Game 2. So Montgomery will get his final few pitches in. So Asher Newland, as he will come up. So runners on the corners. There we go. So the scoreboard, it froze up on me. I don't know why. So no outs. Montgomery, who comes into relief for Dawson Inhofer. 6-3 is the score now. And the first one, this one's going to be bunt. This one out on the play. Heads up in the crowd. So this will go for an 0-1 count. Seven hits for the post 6 Sixers after the top of the 7th. Getting their first few runs in. Montgomery on the 0-1 count. It comes another bunt. This one will go foul. So this will go 0-2 count now. Hardhats still looking for their first out here in the top of the 7th inning. So still waiting. Montgomery, the righty on the mound, waits the call from Thompson. 0-2, here comes, swings. This one hit into right field. Johnson is under it. He catches it, and it will tag a runner from third. So it is a 4-6 game now. So that puts the runner off of third with one down. Sack hit from Newland. So, Kyler Hoff, as he will come in to hit his first at-bat of the game. So now only a runner on first, and a 6-4 game now following that fly to right field. Caught by Johnson, swings and misses for strike one. For Montgomery, the new pitcher on the mound as he comes in to relieve Dawson Inhofer of his duties. So 0-1 with one down, takes a look over on first. Here comes the pitch. Got a piece of him. So that's a hit by pitch from Hoff. So runners on first and second. Hardhats trying to get out of this. And now this will pull Colin Crescelius, the second baseman. 1 for 3 today. Having a single on the only hit for him. So with one out, Montgomery. Crescelius has a step to the box. He gets a call there from the third base coach. So he will take the step in following the hit by pitch off of Kyler Hoff. Montgomery look back at second. Here comes the first the at-bat. Montgomery swung this one into right field. Johnson is under it, makes the catch for out number 2. One more out away from putting this game 1 of the doubleheader away. So this will pull Landon McAnley, the first base. And so the post 22 crowd trying to give the Hardhats defense an advantage here. Following the fly to right from Crescelius. This pulls McAnley up. 2 down. 6-4 lead, top of the 7th. Here comes the pitch from Montgomery. That one in for strike one. 2 more strikes away. So they start 0-1 with 2 outs. Runners on first and second for the Sixers. Montgomery. Here comes the next pitch. Swings. This one played to Reeder. He scoops. The throw to Morgan is there. The Hardhats will take a 6-4 win in game 1 of the doubleheader. From the play from Reeder on second base, the throw to Morgan. And the Hardhats, they escape from a late comeback there from the Sixers. So that will do it for game 1 of the doubleheader. A 6-4 final. I will end this live of game 1, and I will start the game 2 of the doubleheader live here soon. And we'll be right back for game 2 in a 6-4 final. Wyatt Simmons signing off.